Welcome to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. This is a channel where we discuss hot topics in our community. Our focus is to be a positive channel on YouTube and share our perspectives on fundamental issues. Make sure you tune in every week for new videos and join the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And now, here are your hosts, Brandon and Lewis.
What is going on, Lewis? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Shit, you know what it is?
Yes, it's another glorious Sunday. I didn't go to church, but you know, God is still in me. He's still working on us. We still prayed up. You know, He's gonna bless our channel with more viewers. You know, like I said, I was gonna ask you how did you feel about the Facebook live? I said we got to do more stuff on Facebook, and I try to jump on there. I was gonna get my hair retwisted, so I was like, let me jump on here real quick. Just because we got to interact more and get more people's attention and let them know we're really serious about doing what we do. So
I said, look at Brandon up here being proactive, getting his hair braided.
We've been. No, I'm not gonna say we slipping, but we just had a lot going on. Like life happens. Like we tried to do. I think we was gonna go live on there. Can't remember what it was, but then I got in an accident and just stuff got thrown off, and you know we rescheduled and never really got around to doing a Facebook Live. So I said, let me try to go on here and chop it up with some of our people, you know, let them know that we're really serious. And we're not just making just a bunch of clips, just trying to be funny. Like we really do want to impact our community.
You are correct, Brandon. That was an excellent Facebook post. Check us out, Man of the Metaverse on Facebook. One of the best groups you can have. We don't got no group yet, but Brandon put a group up.
We have a group, but we're not really heavy actively in that yet. Like making posts and stuff. Like there's a lot that goes on with having a channel, having a YouTube, having a podcast, or what all of this. Like, you know, we're selling a coloring book. Like we're doing a lot of things. Lewis is doing a lot of editing. You know, we try to stay on top of current events and our life as well, because you can't just be on YouTube trying to create content nonstop around the clock and not, you know, focus on your life, focus on your career, focus on your family, focus on your health. You know,
you're correct. Well, let's do the rundown, Brandon. Let's see. This year, my dad was in the hospital for 2 weeks. Right. I was in the ER. I couldn't walk for 2 days. Right. Drive myself up the stairs, drive myself to the car. Right. Brandon's daughter had a birthday. Brandon got in a car accident. You know,
trying to shut down a restaurant. You know, traveling. Yeah. Just a lot of stuff. You know,
traveling, and nevertheless, we still here. A good amount of times dropping knowledge. So this is what I can say is one of the best channels you can watch. If you comment on our stuff and it's sincere and you have a question, I almost can guarantee you we'll make a video on your topic. No problem. Right. We made this look like two jokes, and Brandon got the mop head and I got the ball head. we made this look like two busters on this track.
That's far from the truth, though. You know, that's far from the case. Because, like I said, we both grown up, and like we used to think like how a lot of people think now, and we had to take it to the next level. Like you can't just stay in a box. Like certain things only work for a certain period of time. So stuff that worked in our 20s is not going to work when you entering 40 years old. So that's some of the things that we want to, you know, address in our community.
Let me correct Brandon. I ain't never think like none of y'all Negroes out here. All right, I always been slightly ahead of your cousin.
Okay.
All right, y'all love that. I don't like that to start on these hoes.
That's true, and that's what I be trying to get you to realize. You are not like most people. You don't. The way you spend money, the way you cook, you don't cook like no regular person.
Which way I cook?
Lewis, you know you don't cook like no regular person.
Ask
you was flatten your steak out. I've noticed how you check your pan. You using that technique to see when your pan is ready. How you put your oil in.
I just learned that.
Okay, but still, you've got it in your arsenal. You put cornstarch on your steak when you're cooking it. Is that what you put on that? What you season when you put it in the oil?
Cornstarch. Ain't no corn, man. I ain't what?
So would you
Nah.
so would you put like a flour on your
Man,
steak?
that was
What was that? Tell me because
Bitlock's onion powder. You know they cornstarch.
All right, I'm gonna have to check the tape. I thought you might have put because you can put like a flour or a cornstarch on your steak a little to kind of give it a different texture.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what they do in the age. But okay, but go ahead. You just
okay. Now, see, Brandon. Now, if I use cornstarch, that means or some kind of flour on steak, that means I'm trying to make like a cube steak or some kind of with a gravy. Like now, if I use baking soda on especially chicken or anything like that, that's be one of those Asian techniques that y'all fool y'all black people at the Chinese food restaurants think it's tender. No, it ain't tender. You eating baking soda.
But see, stuff like that, most people don't know. That's one of the things I didn't know that. And I know a lot of people use mustards on like their chicken and different things like that. There's a lot of different techniques you can use in the kitchen. Not saying you do, but I'm just saying
mustard. Brandon, that's a minor.
Okay, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
So don't come out here trying to pan fry some chicken with some mustard on it. Don't come out here doing that.
But I've seen it. But it's a lot of people doing a lot of creative things with food, with ingredients, and they're making videos. Like I said, I like to cook. I can tell you like to cook too. We have some
like to cook. I like to eat.
You like to eat. Okay, you like to eat good food, right?
Yeah, I like to eat before. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to sweep me out my pans and drawers, cook for me, and throw some kitty cat on me, and see
and you're good, and you're happy, and you're good to go.
What you want? But everything now, the kitty cat can't be stank now, and the kitchen can't be stank.
I got it.
So
do you prefer? Do you need to travel? Because a lot of people, they like to travel nowadays, and if you just stuck in the house, some people just can't do that. They want to travel. They want to go to Spain. They want to go to Brazil. Are you that type of person?
You talk about me?
Yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm just talking about you.
Okay. Well, thank God he gave me the same stuff as Shannon Sharp. I'm just happy just to go out. I just like being in nature, the sunshine, go down there, walk around. I'm fine as a peep.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same way, even though, I do travel here and there. I'm happy just being at home, taking care of what I need to take. I was outside, in the garden doing stuff in the backyard this weekend. That's good enough for me.
Which I don't know. Brandon's trying to make a whole couture. What you call a nice place? Now, excuse me, people. I ain't graduated high school.
That's a lot.
What you call a nice place that you
feng shui?
It sparkles. Oh, look at this outside. See, Brandon's trying to create that outside. I want Brandon to raise them damn garden beds up because I know he getting older and that shit need to be raised up.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. But the higher you get them, the more expensive they are. So
no, we ain't. No, we ain't. See, what Brandon don't know.
Please.
See, I'm wishing I want to get my health back in order. So I go down to Brandon's house. We do a videotape. We go raise some gardens. We go cut down some trees, put them cut down trees in the raised garden, put a whole bunch of cardboard.
Are you talking about like in the bed? Yeah, I saw some videos how to do that, but like I don't want. I mean, because I have animals that come around, and I want to keep it kind of in the container too, to kind of shield, from snakes, from raccoons, from possums, cats, all that kind of stuff. So.
Well, I do want to shield if you're on the ground, Brandon.
But still, at least it'll give it a little bit more cover, so it's not just right there. It's not just hanging out. So,
talk about if you raise it up.
Yeah, or just like kind of shield it a little bit. Like they'll deter it a little bit. I'll say that because it'd be squirrels and just all kind of stuff. So that's one of the things. That's one of the reasons. Because like I said, I saw videos because I was like, dang, I'm not about to put that much soil in these raised beds to have it packed to the top. But they said put some cardboard down, put a bunch of sticks, put some straw down, then you put your layer of soil, and you're good to go.
Correct.
Like I said, I got some strawberries. I got them almost to the ground still, and I just want to grow it up so it'll be inside the the raised bed. So when the snakes come or whatever, I can just shield it a little bit better.
Brandon talk about snakes. His real enemy is the damn rabbits. Man, a damn rabbit come around there and eat all your stuff.
Right,
up,
that's what I'm
Brandon.
saying. It will. You're right. And there's some
you
little
want
rabbits.
The snakes. Bring the snakes.
Nah, I don't want the snakes. I want to keep my blueberries, my blackberries, strawberries, all those things safe. I'm not about sharing.
Brandon, snakes don't eat no damn apples, Brandon. All right. Snakes do not eat apples. They eat the rats and the rabbits and the cockroaches that come to your garden.
That's true.
They don't eat strawberries.
No, they do eat strawberries. They eat blueberries too. I've seen them on my blueberry bush, like staring right at it, trying to eat them. Like that's just something they're drawn to. But snakes are good for your garden, like you say. They do keep out snakes. I mean, it's an ecosystem. It balances itself out. That's a good thing about having a garden.
See, I'm dreaming. See, Brendan, know I dream over here. Here at the Man of the Metaverse, I want us to, like in the future, I want us to have a scene. We go fishing. The Man of the Metaverse going fishing. The Man of the Metaverse going camping. The Man of the Metaverse doing the garden. And stuff like that. There's more than being a black man and drinking Michael Jordan's and skinny jeans with spandex.
But that's what they think men is. The new man is, you wearing designer, you got designer shoes, you don't know how to build, you don't know how to grow anything, you don't know how to fix anything. That's not us. Like we're hands-on, we're not scared to get dirty, we know how to paint, we know how to create, like we did that presentation on how to have a small business, like have a pressure wash business, cleaning gutters. Like we want to be hands-on because that's the only way you're going to help your community. That's the only way you're going to be value to your community and your people. If you don't have any skills, you just look good and you spend all your money on your appearance, but you can't do anything. What good are you?
You are correct. You are correct. Damn, I don't want us to get off topic too much.
Yeah, that's fine. And shout out to the 5 people who are watching. We appreciate it.
And two of them me on my side.
Allegedly.
Number 1. Number 2. All right, shit. We gotta boost ourselves up somehow.
Correct.
People don't black people don't want to know how to learn about getting money. They only want to learn how about spending money.
And relationships.
And relationships. And you learn it for people who they have no relationships.
Right.
You learn it for people where we're going to talk about STDs. All right. You learn it for people who's having sex with different people 12 times a year. That's 12 different bodies a year. All right.
Isn't that good though? That's more experience, more knowledgeable.
No. Despite what this internet and some of these the guys you listen on YouTube, I'll whoop these niggas' ass in real life.
In real life, right?
If I was 20, they was 20, I'd be whooping them. But y'all listen to them on the internet.
But why is that? Because some of the things I think about, it's like, okay, what makes certain people listen to certain men on the internet? It's the look, right? If people sound good, their presentation looks good, and they're a good talker. Sometimes that's all it takes. And a chat. People have a successful chat. They have an interactive chat. That means a lot. That's cachet on the internet. That doesn't necessarily mean you know what you're talking about or you have experience. And not to pick on Fresh and Fit, but they give a lot of advice to men on how to get, I guess, a certain type of woman, like in Miami. Like everybody's not trying to date a woman in Miami. So does that advice match up everybody's lifestyle? No, it doesn't, but it sounds good and it's entertaining.
Now, any man who talk about how to get women in Miami, you need to check for the Adam's apple. All right. So you're going to Miami. Miami was popping. Last time Miami was popping in real life or a good opportunity is when Will Smith made I'm going to Miami. Mama, me, and mommy. Huh?
Right.
That's the last time. That's where you should have got, and it was already too late. The Cubans, the drug dealers, and the white folks already made all the money at that point.
Right.
And black people, the internet came around, and Will Smith said, Man in Black #2 came out. I got to put this on the soundtrack. Let's big up Miami.
Right.
And that's when Keisha, Pookie, and Pookisha started to go down there. Right. Miami is played out. They don't even want you down there.
No. Have you been down there? I've been to Miami, and it's cool. Like, it's not what you would think. Nowadays I don't like areas that's overcrowded, too expensive. Like, they got nice restaurants and nice places to have drinks, I guess, but is it really worth it? Are you getting your money's worth when you do stuff like that? Overpay for hotels and stuff. You remember how how Myrtle Beach is with Bike Week, how they used to upcharge for Bike Week and stuff for
$70 a hotel, $59 a hotel.
But when it's Black Bike Week, then it's
$29.
Right.
And that's you don't even earn 2000.
Hey, do you know how much we were paying when we was going down to Bike Week, when we was going as kids? Because I never as teens.
Well, you ain't never seen that side $29 to $39.99.
Yes,
not on the beachfront, but across the street,
across
in
the
that
street,
raggedy hotel.
Right. Where they probably don't even change the sheets. They just somebody check out and just vacuum up a little bit. Just come on in. You don't care. You just at the beach.
And that was high back then. $40, and you making $5 an hour.
Right.
Man,
and you having a ball.
Man, you gotta work a whole day to afford a hotel room.
Right. But just think about now, people are not making that much more, but they want to overpay to travel and go all these different places. So where are they getting the money from? Are they charging? They're putting on credit cards?
Well, the thing going now is get your credit right, build up your credit, open that credit card within 60 days.
Okay.
And put everything on that credit card. So when you go to Myrtle Beach and see all these people stunting, usually us,
all right.
60 days before, the people just rebuilt their credit, and now they got enough funds to fool the system before the credit fraud come back in.
Got you.
That's a one-time thing. They don't get it one time, unless they do what, Brady?
What?
Get gift cards. So if they take the credit cards, flipping the gift cards, then they can last a little longer.
Right. That's funny how that stuff works.
Because a gift card is cash. That's layaway cash.
Not layaway cash.
No, it's layaway cash, brother. So imagine you did some credit fraud and got $10,000 in your name. They say, okay, this ain't gonna last forever. They go find out I've been stealing.
Right.
So you flip that in gift cards. See, you just did what's it called? You washed the cash. What's that called?
Right.
Money laundry. Money laundry that thing.
Right.
But you get it on a low level.
I've heard like what people do with the scams that they do now. They'll say, give me your checking information, your debit card information. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deposit a bunch of checks in your account, and you take the money out and we split it. But the bank is going, who you think the bank is coming after? They're gonna come after the scammer who you was doing this with, or they coming after you, the person that account it is?
They come out the person the account it is. And the worst thing about it, the Africans was doing that 10 years ago. And the African Americans just got on the stuff about 6-7 years ago.
Right.
It's already too late.
It's too late, but people are still trying to do this, and that speaks to the desperation people are in nowadays. But hey, what you gonna do? People want to stunt. Hey, but just be careful because it's gonna catch up with you.
In the words of 85 South, I forgot the name. I think his name is Clayton
Chico?
English.
Oh, okay.
He said he knew the game was over when a man paid for his gas with a Holiday Inn of Holiday Inn
key card.
When he saw him pay for his gas with a key card, he knew the game was over right there. It was to another level in Atlanta. And I don't know, Brandon, you ever got scammed in Atlanta?
Have I ever got scammed? Probably. Well, no, I'm not gonna say I've got scammed. We got scammed in Washington D.C. We bought some fake Oakleys. You think that counts as a scam?
That's not. That's
what was that?
That's not a scam. We knew we was buying. I'm saying, Brandon, you ever been a scam in Atlanta?
Not scammed. No, I haven't been scammed. Like,
oh yeah, you're right.
I have to talk to you. Have to talk to somebody and let them trick you out of your position to be scammed, technically. But like I say, if you want something fake, you know it's probably fake. So I wouldn't count that as a scam. Like I said, with them glasses, them Oakleys, we weren't scammed. We knew what we were buying, allegedly.
Yeah, Brandon lived in Atlanta when the charges first came out. You had to be a big time drug dealer, big time money to buy a Charger in 06. So most of the play, Brandon didn't get scammed. When they made them charges available to your average man, that's when the scammers started coming in. But Brandon, damn, how many minutes we on here? 20. All right, let's go ahead and get this down. This may be the last one. You ready for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Read the top of it, Brandon.
Power bottom pandemic.
All right, this is the power bottom pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer. I'm only saying power bottom pandemic to get your attention, okay? But somehow the power bottoms, male or female, are very acceptable to what we about to talk about. If you are Brandon, what's a power bottom?
I don't necessarily know. I just think the rainbow community and a power bottom. Like, I've heard the term before, but I can't think of what it is. I think about Dwight Howard, like his situation.
No, Brandon, no. What's a power bottom, Brandon? What's a power bottom?
I have no idea. That sounds like, so please tell me.
All right. I'm gonna switch the definition. I think a power bottom is a person who throws it back doing anal intercourse.
Okay. That makes sense.
So that could be male or female in my scenario.
True.
If you're throwing it back doing this type of sex act, you could be a power bottom. So it's a power bottom pandemic.
Okay.
And Colombia ranks 21 in the top 100 cities for the highest STD rates. Let's begin. Brandon, give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
Sexually transmitted diseases. Our Peyton Lewis spoke with experts on why these numbers are so high.
STDs in our community overall exist, and no one is immune to acquiring an STI unless they're 100% abstinent.
According to the latest study from InnerBody, a health research company, the city of Columbia ranks number 21 out of the top 100 cities in the United States for STD and HIV rates. The numbers show that there are more than 1,100 STD cases per 100,000 people in the city, with the highest contracted diseases being gonorrhea and chlamydia. Bernard Gilliard, DHEC's state program manager for STDs and HIV, says he's not at all surprised about Columbia's ranking.
There are typically certain southern metropolitan areas, Charlotte, Columbia, Atlanta, that typically are in that top collect. These are major gathering places and hubs where individuals come together to either meet and or engage in other activities.
He says the top age groups for contracting STDs range from 18 to 35. But routine STD testing is encouraged for people 18 to 24. Gilliard says DHEC offers testing for everyone that needs it.
So on a day-to-day basis, we have at least one STI clinic site in each of our 46 counties, commonly called public health clinics.
Although testing is available, Gilliard says there are lots of cases that go unreported, and testing that should happen, but doesn't. Sex educator Tamika Staley is the leader of the organization YASE, or Youth Affirming Sex Education, that serves teens and preteens in the Carolinas. She says talking about sex is the best way to curb the spread of STD.
When adults start getting real about who the issue is, why we don't want to talk about sex, why we don't want to talk about human sex. So let's get to the root of that, and then we can start modeling for our children. Like, this is what happens. This is what you're supposed to do as a responsible adult when you are ready to have sex, when you are of age, at the consenting age to do so. This is how it should be done in order to protect yourself.
Reporting in Columbia, Peyton Lewis, News 19.
All right, Brandon, what you feel about that? Columbia is ranked number 21 out of the 100 cities for STD rates. And the man said he believes because some of these metro centers like Charlotte, ATL, and Orlando is a hot meetup spot that people to get in to pop.
Right.
Why is that, Brandon?
Charlotte, Atlanta, and Orlando. It's a nice city, got a lot of stuff to do, nice clubs. You get in that vibe. People want to travel to these cities. They want to have sex. That's just what will happen. If you go to Orange, I mean, the same thing could be in Orangeburg, but it's just a different feeling. People want to go to these cities to have fun and let their guard down and have one night stands, and that's what happens. And like what we talked about with young men wearing protection. Do people like to wear protection?
We're gonna talk. I would say young men like sex without protection more than with protection. I'm gonna say that, but we're gonna talk about that a little later on. Now they say the age group to catch a STD rate is between 18 and 35. Why do you think that is the reason, Brandon?
Just a young-minded, this like when you're in your 40s, whether you already got it or you've already settled down and you're not just wilding out, you're not trying to have kids, or you've gotten yourself under control. Like I think that's a good cutoff age. I think when people are typically around 40, they're a little smarter about that kind of stuff. If you make it that age.
Why I think God? I think God, when I was like 23 to, you could say 23 to 35, I was always in a long-term. I think God, I was in long-term relationships.
Right. And I think that helps, but do you think that's the culture we're in now? I think if we grew up with like back then, if the culture that's being promoted now was back then, I think it would have an effect on some of us. I'm not gonna say it would change you, but I think just the suggestiveness of social media has people thinking differently. Like, just the messaging that's pushed, the stuff you read will have you letting your guard down or just living a different way.
All right. This is a man's channel, so let me give some advice to the man of the metaverse. Any male listening to this, I hope Brandon hears this too.
Okay, good.
Do not have sex with hot vagina.
Okay. And
that
when you say hot, what you mean? Hot and ready?
A hot means is
fast.
If she had sex with another person within 30 days, that vagina is hot.
Yeah. Right.
Let it cool off.
Right. That's a good point.
Brandon, you ever had sex with a woman who had sex with another person within 30 days that you know of?
No. And like I said, we're from a different time, and it's like with something like sex, I think listen.
I'm listening.
I
ain't saying nothing.
I think but listen, like I think something with like sex, like you don't want to rush that. Like I know you want to rush it when you're young, but it's no rush. Did you feel like it was?
Brandon, when I was 16 to 20, I would rush
anything. Let me think back, because I right. But what? So when do you think you started to be like, okay, it's no rush, it's no pressure? Because it is pressure and that kind of thing when you first come in high school and you're dealing with those kind of things, like because you don't want to be a virgin, right? Everybody is actively pursuing something, right?
When I started having pride in myself, so pride in myself would make me not have sex with a woman Brandon just had sex with 5 minutes ago.
Right.
I'll probably do that when I'm 18.
But that's what I'm saying. But some people are turned on by that. Some people are turned off. So it all depends on the person too. No?
Yeah, some people are turned on, but Brandon, that's a small number of people, and that's usually not black man.
Yeah, okay, well there you go. Right. Well, as you see in the media, like what's that woman name? She I can't Chavez. She had a baby with Future. She had a baby with Bow Wow, and it's a football player. I think is the one that played for the Cowboys. It's one wide receiver.
Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs. So sometimes people do like to have, not leftovers, but they like to.
No. You could
go ahead. Okay.
No,
go ahead.
That woman is a professional hustler.
Okay, and and those hustlers start off young too. But go ahead. I'll let
no, she couldn't do that when she was young.
But she had game. She we don't know what she did in her past, but she elevated her game to the status she's at now, where these guys feel like you know, she's the one. I for some reason, if Bow Wow has a baby with her, it don't turn me off. It turned me on. I now want to have a baby with her. Future got a baby with her, so maybe it's something I need to check out.
Brother, you remember I said earlier today, I said that girl be cooking. I got a feeling that girl will be
You
cooking.
think so?
She wakes up in the morning now. She don't know how to cook, but she mastered the skill of scrambling eggs and putting bacon in the microwave.
So so what happened with her and these other people? They just the relationship.
I'm telling you, will you let me finish?
Go ahead.
She put that thing on them. I mean, she done from one position, any position you want. Don't catch it. She's a power bottom. You know, she could be a power top too.
Right.
You know, and then what she did with Bow Wow and them other guys at Future, allegedly, she got them. She learned, her mama taught her how to scramble eggs. She scrambled eggs and put that toast in the toaster and put some meat in the microwave and brought that to those guys, and it blew them mind.
But why not then settle down with her? Why do you think some of these guys they don't? Because
the cash, she's an opportunistic, brother. She gotta look at the cash. Bow Wow was on the down scope. All right.
Okay.
He done had no more albums coming out. So she got that. She got that for, see, Bow Wow was suing JD. He should have been suing his baby mama because that's who took them damn money. So she planned them out. I go get Bow Wow for 10 grand a month. All right.
Yeah.
I go let my stuff cool off.
Right. I go jump back in the game.
I go put myself in position to get Future. Got Future. Future dumb. He buzzing and everything. Let that thing cool off. And about the time she got with Diggs, she turned into a Black Widow, brother. The lady is 48 years old.
Just slaying them.
And put that all the stuff she learned: scrambled eggs, bacon, toast. Yes, daddy. Daddy. Long hair. Looking Hispanic or that non-black. Everything. Not look like a white woman, not to look like a black woman, not to look like an Asian woman, but look like the rest of them.
Right. I got you. Now I'm with you. Just not just regular black, just looks, exotic, I guess. That's a look that a lot of them want to have.
Yeah, put that exotic look on them, and then she got them.
And the same with Drea too. Like she got a baby with she's having a baby with what's his name? The Green that plays in NBA. And he's like 20, I think he's 21. What is he playing for? I can't remember what team he plays for, but Drea is almost 40 years old. Same kind of thing. Like she's dated some football players in the past, had a long relationship. I can't remember the guy's name, but she's had a past too. And I guess picked up some things, kind of fell back a little bit, and then seized the moment and had a baby with a person that's, I guess, the same age almost as her son is now. So
we messing up our whole presentation talk about these women. I don't know I could
edit this.
I don't know how to edit this out. We effing up brother on this one.
I'm calling you. You sound wrong.
No, see, you supposed to come with the slides and talk about that later. But yeah, we effing up with this one, Brandon.
No, that's fine. It's good. You just looking at it from the editor's point of view.
No, I don't have enough time to edit on this one, Brandon.
I got you. But go ahead.
Let's go to the next slide. I can't do it, Brandon. This old slide is messed up now. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen.
But how do we get HIV?
Hold on.
Well, many of you.
Power bottom. We are not picking on the power bottom people. Power bottoms could be females and the males. But we gonna talk about, since people don't want to listen to a black man talk about HIV and AIDS because they say I'm hating. Let's listen to our fellow Anglo or Germanic man talk about HIV and AIDS. Brandon, give me a thumbs up if you can hear it.
I can hear it. Go ahead.
You've probably heard that HIV is transmitted through contact with infected bodily fluids, such as blood, semen, vaginal fluids, and breast milk, which means this can happen during unprotected sex, sharing needles with drug use, from mother to child with breastfeeding and during childbirth, and through blood transfusions with infected blood. However, it is also important to note that HIV cannot be spread through casual contact like shaking hands, hugging, kissing, or sharing utensils. But what would your odds be if you did have non-casual contact with someone that is infected with HIV, or in other words, you had intercourse with someone with HIV, or came in contact with some of these infected bodily fluids? Well, here are some interesting estimates or odds based on modeling studies with discordant couples. And as an FYI, a discordant couple is a pair of long-term sexual partners in which one has a sexually transmitted infection, but the other does not. A discordant couple is a pair of long-term sexual partners in which one has a sexually transmitted infection, but the other does not. And I'm going to list these from highest risk to lowest risk. And topping the list for the highest risk is receptive anal intercourse, with the risk being 1 transmission per 72 sex acts. So in other words, it was estimated that the risk of getting HIV for the non-infected individual that participated in receptive anal intercourse was 1 out of 72. Now, the reason why receptive anal intercourse is the highest risk is due to the nature of the anus and the rectum. The mucosal lining is thinner and more prone to tears and abrasions, which can facilitate the virus's entry into the body. This also explains why men that have intercourse with men are more likely to get HIV. It doesn't mean they are the only people that contract HIV in this way. It's just that they have a higher likelihood of participating in anal intercourse and therefore increases the risk. This also explains why men that have intercourse with men are more likely to get HIV. It doesn't mean they are the only people that contract HIV in this way. It's just that they have a higher likelihood of participating in anal intercourse and therefore increases the risk. Insertive anal intercourse was next as far as risk, with 1 transmission per 900 sex acts. So less risky than receptive, as the skin of the penis is thicker and more durable.
Hold on, Brandon, what you cheesing for? Now, okay. What you cheesing for?
Did you hear that? I just didn't know that the odds were like that. Like,
it's low.
Right. That's what I said. I just thought it was way higher than that.
No, let me
go ahead,
after this, we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna show you why it's way higher than that. Because see, Brent, ladies and gentlemen, Brent is not comprehending or understanding.
No, I am.
No, you ain't.
I didn't. Okay, go ahead. Well, tell me why.
Brent is not comprehending or understanding this presentation.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I rewind a concord relationship, because you can understand the context of what the study is in.
I get it. They're talking about a partner. But go ahead.
Okay, let me get you. Okay, what are they talking about?
They're talking about a partner that has it and a partner that doesn't, and them having sex and the likelihood of that happening. Go ahead.
That's only 2 people. But me and you both know it's more like this.
Why is that?
But we're going to talk about it.
Okay, but so I get what you're saying.
This study is like this.
Yeah.
But in real life, it's like this or a 10.
Right. But you know what? But when you say that, but people act like they don't have sex or they don't have a lot of partners. People like to lie about that kind of stuff.
We're going to talk about it, Brandon.
Go ahead.
We're going to talk about it. All right.
Still more risky than vaginal intercourse, as receptive penile vaginal intercourse was 1 transmission per 1,250 sex acts, whereas insertive penile vaginal intercourse was 1 transmission per 2,500 sex acts, meaning that a non-infected female is more likely to get it from an infected male than a non-infected male is to get it from an infected female. Females having a higher risk likely has to do with the larger surface area of the vaginal lining that can be exposed to the virus, and also due to infected semen potentially staying in the vaginal canal for an extended period of time, therefore increasing the exposure time to the virus. And lastly, receptive or insertive penile oral intercourse was about 0 to 4 transmissions per 10,000 sex acts. And as an FYI, female to female sexual transmission of HIV is very rarely reported. I think it is also worth mentioning the risk of getting HIV from non-sexual bloodborne exposure. A blood transfusion with infected blood, for example, the risk was 9 out of 10. Needle sharing with injection drug use was 1 out of 150. Percutaneous needle sticks, which could be like an accidental needle stick that can occur with healthcare workers, was 1 out of 435. And mucous membrane exposure to blood, like splashes to the eye, was 1 out of 1,000. Now, it is definitely interesting to see some of those numbers. However, I do think we need to go back to the numbers or the estimates that we discussed with sexual exposure, because the risk of contracting HIV is likely a bit higher for other populations.
Yes, sir.
For a number of reasons.
Because I used
remember I mentioned that these estimates are from model studies from discordant couples, monogamous couples.
Yeah.
But I used to work in a hospital, and I used to work with HIV samples on a regular basis. And sometimes you may spill a little serum or just something like that. And I used to, right. Or people, will be tubing up blood to different floors, and it'll come back. And sometimes you open the tube up, the blood explodes in somebody's face. So, when something like that happens, you have to go to down to the ER and have all these tests and run all the different things, just following protocol. But I was wondering what the odds of some of that stuff was, just because you deal with it on a daily basis. But it's just good to see those numbers.
And it showed, what was the numbers? It's very low, right?
It's very low. Yeah. I guess you would think it would be a little higher, but compared to just the sex with somebody that has it, it's just interesting to see.
I try to get an HIV expert to come on this channel. I live with her, but it's hard for her to join us. One thing you have to remember about is the testing. It's like, who you testing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not these numbers are not based off worldwide or even United States. They are based on a long-term relationship with one person has one thing and another person has another. Or with the numbers he's talking about, they are basing on the people in that work environment who comes up with a HIV or something like that. You probably, if they right before you started your job, did you have to get tested before you started?
No, I don't think they did anything like that. But if you had an exposure, it's a certain protocol you have to follow. Like I said, it's been so long, I can't even remember exactly what happens. Right. But
more than likely, Brennan declined to getting pre-tested before starting his job. I got a feeling. So Brennan, before we was signing up, Brennan, they said, "Do you want to get tested for herpes or HIV?" Brennan said, "Nah, I ain't sticking me." So
possibly, I have to check with my wife and see, because like I said, we did the same thing at the time, but I'm not sure. I just can't remember. They might have, I just can't remember.
So doing such things, sometimes you can lose some of your right to sue in case you get affected.
Yeah,
or it'd be tougher to sue. So this is peep you on that, and you gotta remember, Brandon, you may get your wife.
I did get a TB test. I remember that tuberculosis thing. So shout out to Timothy.
You gotta remember, in my opinion, I don't know your wife like this, but your wife wasn't your current wife as she is right now with all her knowledge.
Right.
This is a long time ago.
I
denied one of those tests. All right.
Right.
So do you want to get tested for herpes? And this, since you be cleaning bathroom, if you got to clean the bathroom as a janitor, they probably gave you a herpes. They probably asked you for a herpes test. And how many people think janitors are going to deny that, brother?
All of them going to deny it.
Okay. So just to let you know, but we're going to get to all the stuff this white man is saying. We're going to break it down into pictures so everybody going to understand. But let's get back to it.
All right, that had a known infected partner, some of whom were likely receiving treatment for HIV, which we're going to learn reduces the risk of spreading the infection. And two, people that are not in monogamous relationships and have multiple sex partners have a higher likelihood of encountering those that have HIV. And many of these people don't even know that they have HIV. And if someone is in the acute phase of HIV, this is significant because the acute early phase of HIV is when people have a higher viral load and tend to shed more of the virus and therefore can more easily spread the infection. And the third point I want to make is whether your odds of contracting HIV are 2% or 3% with certain types of intercourse, that is only part of the risk assessment. You have to go further with this because some might view those numbers and say, I'll take those odds. But let's say there's this scenario where you have a 2 to 3% chance of catching common cold and a 2 to 3% chance of catching HIV. I'm not saying the odds of catching cold and HIV are the exact same in reality. It's just to illustrate this point on risk. But in this example, the odds of catching either illness are the same. But what is the weight of the consequences if you hit those 2 to 3% odds? You catch the cold, it's going to bother you for 1 to 2 weeks. You catch HIV, as of today, with the current treatment available, that's going to change your life.
All right. Mr. Taylor, I thank you for coming on. I'm glad to see you, brother. I hope everything's doing well. All right. Parapolin pandemic. This is not directly aimed at people who do the power bottom acts, but this slide is on the palm bottom. If a male has HIV or AIDS and he puts it on, that arrow means insert, Brandon.
Got you.
He inserts into a bottom of a male or female. It's a 1 in 72 2% chance that male or female that don't have AIDS could catch it.
Correct.
Now, Brandon, you said you didn't believe those. You thought those numbers.
I didn't say that. I didn't. Right. I would. I guess I would. Why would you? Just because the way, I guess, because we don't know how often it's transferred, and we just see the numbers are high and it's rising, especially in the cities that I've been in, like Atlanta, Columbia. Like it's a big problem, and it just seems like it's spreading easily, like COVID, right? You think if somebody just cough on you, you got HIV, basically, the way it spreads, but that's not the case, clearly.
No, that is the case. I had to tell you, because this study is based on long-term relationship.
Okay.
How many of those people are long-term are in 2 people? Those are only 2 people doing this.
Right.
How many people are in relationships like that?
Not many. But
how many people on this video screen in relationships like that, Brandon? Right now, how many people?
Not many.
No, me and you are in one of those, right?
Right. But I'm saying, how many people are not doing this? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, how many people just single, have going out?
How many people have sex with one person over a 5-year span?
Not many people doing that. I guess if you want to look at it, it's a lot of people married. They're just having sex with one person, right?
Yeah, that's long-term
monogamy. So it is a lot of people, right?
No, that's not a lot of people. A lot of people ain't married. That's a key thing.
But real quick, do you know offhand the percentage of people that are married?
In what demographic?
We'll just say us. We'll just say black people.
40%.
Okay. And how many people?
No, excuse me. 40% got married one time in their life.
Okay.
So they may not be married now. But they're at least married one time.
Okay.
So the number is smaller than 40.
Okay. So you don't think it's a lot of people like us in a committed relationship having sex with the same partner over a span of 5 years? There's more people having. I'm about
to tell my mind. It's more people. It's more men not having sex.
But that's
why population.
Right.
All right.
Just on OnlyFans doing their own thing. Just
wherever they doing fish sticks and beer at the end of the night. That's what they doing.
That's what they doing. Right.
All right. So, but it's a good more women are having sex. Okay. It's more women are having sex, and based on the internet,
women do not do that. They don't do that.
Brandon, we talked about this before. You know how hard it is for a man to have sex?
Yes, right. And
I was told today, when I was in my college years, I could get the woman, but not so much today. Somebody told me that today.
And why is that?
Brandon, look at me, Brandon. Compare.
I got you.
I can get him in my college days.
But now you can't.
Now I can't get per her. I can't get as big. I'm not that potent no more.
Let me read Timothy's comment real quick. Right. Here in Chicago, our forest preserves are hookup spots. Oh Lord. Well, I do remember hearing stuff like that. But down low men who all look like straight men of all races. I do remember them stories, like people be meeting up in the middle of the woods and flashing lights and creeping off into the woods and come back. I don't know.
Mr. Taylor,
just stay away.
I'm here to tell you, Chicago, every place is like that. Parks.
Well, what?
Restrooms for some reason.
Yeah, right. Truck stops.
The baby who got banned for saying the truth. Do not be in the parking lot giving sloppy toppy. I ain't gonna say no much, but giving sloppy toppy. Yeah. Guys will be in the parking lot with other guys giving sloppy toppy. All right, and
But
that's a fact,
good,
and they banned them from that.
right? That's a good tie-in, like because the baby was kind of talking about this in a way, and it ruined his career. He was out of here, but he still raps the same. He may rap a little better, but they canceled him.
They canceled him. But Brandon, if a man has HIV and his other partner is a power bottle,
okay,
is
and this is
you
just talking about a relationship. This is a relationship,
a long-term relationship.
Gotcha.
So you see how hard it is to catch it.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon, if a person have in this relationship 72, if a person has sex if a person has sex every 70 days, that chances is got a whole lot low, ain't it?
Right.
How about if you have sex every day?
Right.
What's your chances there?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Most people aren't having sex that much, so
But 1 out of 72 is high.
It's high, but I thought it'd be higher.
Brandon, it's hard. Brandon, what's the last time you wiped your booty, you saw blood? Tell me that, Brandon. Tell me. I want to know. I tell you mine if you tell me yours.
It's been a while.
Huh?
No comment.
Huh?
That's funny.
What's the last time that happened?
It's been a couple years.
Okay, I tell you mine. Mine's happened maybe last month. And before then, I can't even remember. I could have been constipated. It could have been building up.
But it alarms you. Something's not right.
So it can happen. So
it can happen.
When you see if you clean yourself, you see booty, a little blood on the booty. A person did some stuff. That's your chance you'll get it.
Correct. But like I say, do you think so? Should people take the odds and not wear protection? We're talking about. I know we're gonna get to the other slides where you just having sex with not random people, but it's not in a relationship. But if you're in a relationship and one person has HIV or AIDS, do you think it's fine just to not wear protection? Because
this study does not took account for protection or not. This study only took account is a person was in a long-term relationship and one person had AIDS. That's it.
Gotcha. I got you.
So we don't know protection was worn or not. But Brandon, as a sensible man, if you in a long-term relationship, who's wearing protection?
People not. They're not doing that.
So. Okay, so Brandon, you know your answer. All right.
Well, would you? I guess I'm not saying in my situation because if you're dating somebody and they told you that's what they had, do you think you would start? Because of course, when you're first in a relationship, you start wearing protection, but then you stop. And then usually how it goes, like at the beginning, we're gonna do things right. We're gonna use protection, and after a while, you just stop using it.
I would tell man to use Obamacare. Every year you qualify for a yearly physical. Have you and your person take a yearly physical, explain to them you are sexually active and you don't use protection. You got to put it like that or they're going to charge you. You are sexually active, you don't use protective. A wise doctor say detect now a age test, and then you won't get charged.
Right.
But if you just go up in there and say, let me get an age test, they're gonna charge you.
Right, you're right.
And
you're gonna be waiting on them results and you're gonna be nervous.
You don't need to be nervous.
Why should you be nervous?
If they say call me back, we got some results.
We need to talk about it.
Then we be nervous. All right.
I got you.
But nowadays the customer service got a little better. They go call back and they go see if you got high cholesterol, how this. But I took the health condition I got going on. I took a AIDS test in December and I turned out negative,
Gotcha.
because AIDS can appear like other things, but we're gonna talk
Right.
about that later. All right, Brandon, if a man don't have nothing,
Right.
and the power bottle, male or female, got HIV, what's the chances
1 in
of the
900.
man?
1 in 900.
So it's pretty safe to say
Mhm.
the guy giving the D
Right.
is okay. Will you say that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. How about this? If a guy got the HIV on the penis and he's giving it to the woman, see, since it's a woman and we didn't put the word power bottom on there, this is vaginal sex. All right.
That's a good. I like how you did this. It's a good breakdown.
This is vaginal sex.
Right.
What's the chance of a HIV man giving HIV to his partner?
1250.
1 in 1250.
1 in 1250. Right.
Now, I warned you, ladies, if you in the beginning of the relationship and you know at the beginning of the relationship, y'all be having a lot of sex with the guy, and then y'all go cut it off once years goes by. Your chances are really high.
Okay.
You know, so like imagine with me, one time in the day I had sex 7 times. So times that by, if you put 7 in there, the numbers got a whole lot lower. Divide every day by 7. Divide. Well, hold on.
Well, multiply.
Divide this by 7 and see how much lower the numbers got. So be careful. These numbers are for like a one-time act. It's your chances.
I got you.
And we don't know the person is using protection or not.
Right. 178.
170. You see how the numbers drop? You see what I'm saying? All you gotta do, this. You see how the numbers drop, so they can be confusing. How about this, Brandon? If the woman has HIV, vaginal sex, and the man is putting D in her, what's the chances?
It's about the same.
So damn, the man is in pretty good. So the man ain't the carrier, is it?
It depends.
Huh?
I'm not gonna generalize it like that, but no, not 9 times. Well, it's not. We're the issue, but we're not the issue.
I'm telling you,
what I mean?
You have to protect yourself. Guys want to have sex with no condom if they think you're clean. If they think you're clean, they say, I'm gonna risk my chances. I'm pulling out, and it's gonna be on her or on the sheets. Something gonna happen.
Right. But you know what? I like how you did it where you didn't just say, anal for just men. It's men and women, not to try to single out a certain group. You know what I'm saying? And try to blame them for the thing. So that was a very smart way that we did this.
No, I didn't do this, Brandon. Like I said at the beginning, I took the white man's data and interpreted it to regular stuff.
Yeah.
So his stuff said it didn't say male or female. It just said anal.
Yeah.
And everybody got an anal that I know.
But But where that we could draw a conclusion or a generality and say, oh, these people doing this is the issue. But no, if you look at the data and what he's saying, it's just talking about anal sex in general.
Would this tell you, do not let a man go in your booty if you don't trust him? Because if he go in your booty, look at your chances.
Right.
If he goes in your booty, look at you. And here's a fact: the booty is not as lubricated as the vagina.
Right. So there'll be tears.
It don't even feel the same. And based on what people tell me, if your vagina is real loose, he may want to go in the booty because it's real tight. Don't let the man go in the booty.
Gotcha.
Because it go tear up.
Right. And it's just upping your chances of this spread,
Correct.
Because if you don't have his blood work, if you're about to have sex with somebody, you think that's a good question to say, when's the last time you've been tested? If we're gonna, take this relationship or this whatever to the next level, can you do that?
That's not a good
Why
question,
not?
Brandon. A good question is, the good thing is, let's get tested together.
Okay, there you
All
go. That's
right?
a good way to do it. But what?
Because guys lie, women lie.
Mhm.
You know, people
Paperwork
say
don't.
anything to get a sniff. All right. Right?
Correct. Correct.
Don't let a guy go in your booty because it's risky. All right. If he goes in you, it's less risky.
Mm-hmm.
If he's clean and goes in you, it's
He all right.
Yeah, he all right.
He good.
He all right. Because you know why? Because like I said, the women, it's a thing up here that I got turned off on social media that they got a guy who has a cup of water. He sticks his finger in the cup of water.
Oh yeah,
He
you
said,
sent me that. Yeah.
10 people could stick my finger in this cup of water. I can't drink the water. I got to throw this hand, the whole thing off.
Right.
But 10 women could put that thing around the stick. I could just wipe it off.
Right. And I was going to ask you how you felt about that, but this is a good tie-in to kind of explain what that really means in a different way.
The cup of water ain't a good thing, Brandon. It's a cave. Anything you leave in the cave, go stay in the cave.
Okay.
The guys can walk in and walk out. He may get a chill. Ooh, it's cold in here. We go in the cave, or he may not.
Right.
You know, but it's a cave. Anything you put in the cave, go stay in the cave. Who got a more whose body is more like a cave, Brandon? Man or female?
Females.
So you got to guard the put a door in front of the cave.
And is that why like guys can be like, you know what? We can have sex with multiple people, but it's different when you have sex with multiple people. Is that similar to the argument of that cave breakdown?
Well, those guys need to shut the fuck up.
Why you say that? Why do you say that?
Repeat with the words you just said.
Yeah. We don't want anybody, men just having a bunch of.
You said we can have sex with multiple people. No,
men.
You don't need to have sex with multiple people.
Right. Correct.
And
but people don't want to hear that. Yeah, but people don't want to hear that. But just to go to your argument about the cave thing, it's more of a sacred place. Like once it's tainted, it's kind of tainted, right? That's how we kind of see it, even though it's not the case, but it is the case.
You're
same with this breakdown we got right here. Like if I'm dirty and I go inside a cave, I'm okay. Well, that person may be okay, maybe not. But like if I go inside a dirty cave, I have a better chance of being okay.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
It's fascinating. Actually, this is science. It's biology. It's just how the world works.
Women, you have to guard your vagina. Your vagina is made to grow or incubate anything that comes in there.
Yeah.
So if you got a nonsense guy who comes in there, you'll be incubating nonsense.
Yeah.
But if you have a good guy go in there, let the good guy go in there all he want to. And you'll be incubating the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Brad, do that sound? Why I just said? I said, let the good guy get a feast. Huh?
Right.
But don't let the non-good guy get it. Okay, Brad, with your daughter, do you want a pookie?
Right.
Or you want a guy with a full-time job, making enough to pay for her and save some money at the end of the day? Which one you want?
B. Let me get B.
Okay, who you like to go in there all day long?
I don't want to think about that, but my answer. I want B.
Okay, you said there you go.
But so why isn't dating that easy? It should be that easy though, right? But it's not. That's
what I'm saying.
It's not.
And I don't care who it's made. What's it? Pimp C say it's made for effing, man. It's made for naked. That's what Pimp C said.
Right.
But you got to make sure it's the right guy who's doing it.
Right.
But
like I said, we're not trying to blame anybody, but I think like through social media, through suggestiveness, like people want the wrong thing and they'll go after the wrong thing thinking that's what they want and have to find out the hard way that that's not really what they want. and then they have a baby, or then they try to find somebody else and they may have another baby. So it just leads you down the wrong path. And then it's a good guy, like you say. He may not be flashy, he may not have a lot of money, but he's just a good guy. He wants to build with you, and he's not as enticing to you, or he don't have that edge.
And this is off topic. Brandon is a good guy, because Brandon made an argument several weeks ago that just popped in my head. He said, how can a woman keep a man away from his kids? So Brandon is the type of gentleman that he's going, if he has a obligation set, he's coming back no matter what.
Yeah,
to take care of those kids. That's a good guy. Some guys will leave you with a kid and roll the F out.
Yeah, right. Act like nothing happened. Not saying all guys, but it does happen.
You could push the guy. Some women push the guy away.
Yeah, that does happen too.
Good guy, Brandon said he gonna be there. He's still gonna be up in there.
Right.
He may have to send pen pal letters because you put him in jail. Right. But he's gonna send that letter.
But did you follow up what happened with Corey Holcomb? Because he was talking a little bit more.
We ain't gonna talk about no Corey Holcomb.
Why do you say that?
Because we're gonna stay on this topic and go get off about 20 minutes.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
All right. Sloppy topic. Brandon, what's sloppy topic?
Head, oral sex.
Okay. Now, if a partner has,
okay, this is a relationship, right? This is a relationship.
In a relationship. Okay. If a partner is given sloppy topic, and one of them has HIV, it's 1 in a 10,000. It's actually 1 through 4. So it could be 1 through 10,000 or 1 through 2,500.
Okay.
So the chances are very low. So sloppy toppy, most likely you ain't gonna catch nothing, but it's still a chance.
Okay. Which makes sense, but still, it's not. Okay, we just talking about relationship. We talking about the, I'll be thinking about, okay, but go ahead.
Now, this is with 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you got 2 women, I don't know what they call it. That they eating the plate.
But we'll go with that.
Cause they call it lunch. I gotta eat lunch or eat dinner. I put her on a plate, eat it up. I don't know what the young women call it now. Now, if the 2 women, if they eating the plate, it's rare to get HIV.
Is it the same as that one? Or
no,
even rarer?
It's rare. I mean, the data is maybe it's not even there.
Okay.
It's rare. But a lot of people ain't lesbians.
Gotcha.
So, but I hate to say, the common denominator
is what?
Is the damn male. If you got the bed in place, look at this. If you got the bed in place, something gonna happen. But if you're eating the plate between 2 women, you're
all right. Right.
So here's a tip. Ladies, if you want the less chance of getting HIV, get you a stud, a real stud.
Not many friends. But somebody that looks like
no. I said, don't it look like a stud? Don't it look like a stud?
Yes, it does.
Get you a true stud. Because a stud a true one ain't never had no male in place.
So you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be good to go.
You can be safe. And watch this. Now, this is my data, my statistics.
Okay.
More partners carry higher rate of HIV.
I agree.
So if the man has AIDS and he's performing power bottom activities to the man and the woman, my statistics is a 1 out of 18 chance.
Right. This sounds right. That's why I say this. This sounds like what's going on in the real world now, because people are having sex with a lot of different people and it be in the same week. You know what I'm saying?
Watch this,
it ain't cool off, huh? Go ahead.
Brandon asked how I come up with these numbers. He just liked how the numbers look. Ask me how I come up with
how you come up with these numbers.
If a person have sex, if one person got AIDS and the other 3, if 1 out of 4 people got HIV, and you having sex with them,
right? I got you.
So it's still 1 out of 18, right?
Right. But yeah. But like I say, you upping the chances of the last person because they could have had, HIV too, and the sex was unprotected too. So all those numbers factor in. You just adding more people that have it, and it's upping your chances when you're having sex. So all that stuff matters. Can you ask somebody about sexual partners? How many sexual partners? Because you came up with a good you came up with a good way to do the, when's the last time you've been tested, or be like, hey, let's get tested together. I think that's the perfect way to counter that situation.
That's not Nicole's way. That's Nicole's way. That's not my way, Brandon.
Okay. That's
my
perfect,
way.
though.
My way is your way. We've been together a little while. Now we're going upstairs.
Right.
Huh?
Did I tell you that? Because when we were in Atlanta and me and my wife were dating, like, I can't remember, this is around the time that I got shingles or what, but I was really sick and she was worried about me. She's like, dang, Brandon kind of sick. I wonder what's going on with Brandon. And she had me, without me knowing, she had me tested for HIV. So
I'm glad you said that. I told the story to Nicole.
What?
When I went to saw Brandon back in 2013, Brandon's wife said she was scared about Brandon because he was always sick. She thought he had AIDS and he needed to get tested. I said, dog, she's a medical professional.
Right.
Because why? Similar symptoms: HIV, the common cold, the flu, and COVID all got the same symptoms.
Right. So it's hard to tell.
You're sniffling. Maybe AIDS.
Right, so you're right.
You sneezing. Achoo! Maybe AIDS. Huh? Sore throat like COVID. Maybe AIDS.
Right.
Huh?
If somebody look weak, look fatigued, look tired,
That's all of them. Fatigue,
right.
maybe AIDS. So people out here getting the big name. I had sex with all these women. Man, nigga, I go fuck them too if I wanted to. But you bragging, I having sex with all these women.
Right.
But tell yourself, when you got that sniffle and a sore throat, was that COVID of AIDS?
Right. You don't know.
Taste, they swab your nose and you say you was negative. It could have been.
Right. So, does that matter? Because when COVID came, AIDS and HIV talk kind of went away. We wasn't really focused on that as a country, and people were locked down. They were probably having sex more than they used to because we were isolated. We didn't have much to do.
It went through the roof. STDs went through the roof during COVID.
Right. So was it just chlamydia or it was other stuff too?
No, all chlamydia, gonorrhea, and people said they had all the stuff. Brandon, listen to me. You was not socializing. So that removes the common cold and this flu. Now you got the sniffles, the sore throat.
Right.
And it lasted, and then it just went away. You went to the doctor. You didn't say you was effing 10 different people.
Right. You didn't tell them about that.
You just said you had your shirt off and got caught in the rain. You got cold. And they test you for COVID. They should have been testing you for AIDS.
People don't want to do that though.
And watch this, Brandon. While you sniffling and while you got the flu, while you sniffling, sneezing, that is called, if you have AIDS, that's called acute AIDS. And that's the most way you could spread it.
Okay. Because
it's a high viral load in you.
Yeah.
So you went there to get a COVID test or a flu test, and they said you're negative. You could have had the common cold. You could have had HIV.
Right. And it's out there. And people have it. and a lot of people don't know. Do you think we should be getting to a point where it's something that we need to regulate a little bit more?
What you mean
to
regulate?
Have more testing?
Yeah, it's not the problem is since it's a kind of black focused channel, black people don't get tested too often, so it's already wrong.
Right.
So these are numbers what you seeing on these TVs and the stuff, maybe 2, 3, 5 times higher.
Right.
Because
It
we
is.
don't
It's
get
no
tested.
probably right.
You know, only thing we get tested for is I pregnant or not. You know,
Right.
That's the
Right.
only thing we get tested for. So we need to get tested. And guys, let me see. Can I put this on here? Hold on. Let me get where my mouse at. And guys, can you see it? In South Carolina, these are the test stuff for a free testing for 2024. Go out there and get tested. With HIV with HIV, the quicker you get tested, the better. Why do you think is that, Brandon?
Well, because you can get a hold on, whatever is going on with you, whether your blood count is low or, we can kind of manage it, balance it a little better. But when it starts to get out of control, your health starts to deteriorate. It's just harder to, maintain it.
Okay, that is correct.
But go ahead.
Let me ask Brandon a question. Brandon, do AIDS kill people?
Does AIDS kill people? What do you when you say that? What do you mean? I mean,
AIDS can kill people.
It can, but nowadays you can live with it. But if you don't get it checked, if you don't get it assessed, and you don't figure out what's going on, it can be to the point where it's too late to save you. So ignorance, it will kill you. The ignorance in not taking your health serious can kill you.
AIDS will not kill you, most likely. If your HIV turned to AIDS, what's going to kill you is the common cold.
Okay.
The flu.
Right. Compound with
the pneumonia. Or a damn cut on your damn hand.
You're right.
Because AIDS suppresses your immune system. So your immune system's not working. So it allows common diseases and virus and bacteria to come
to really whoop your ass.
To whoop you. I mean, that's what kills you. But the best thing about HIV and AIDS, look at Magic Johnson.
Right.
You can live with it. Look at what's the guy who played on Three Man and what's the name of the sitcom? Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah,
Charlie Sheen.
He's still alive.
Privilege. Effing all these women.
Right. Doing drugs,
HIV positive, and probably nobody caught it. Because the drugs they have now, they can get you down to a level you become undetectable. And when you get down to that level, it's hard to spread the disease.
Right.
So,
and we did a good job with this.
But you only know if you get tested. Get tested, man, because the stigma, you can't pass it. You still can have kids. Right. You still can have sex if you are foreign people. You have it without giving this stuff. You still can have it.
Right.
But just get tested, man.
Yeah.
Because right now, HIV is a business. They do not want to kill you no more. Right. HIV, this could be wrong or false. HIV is a disease, a virus designed to live to clear black people. But they turn out they like money more than black people. So they said, put them on these pills.
Right.
and we can get the money.
Right. Long term.
We can get the money long term off of it. So it's not a death sentence anymore. You have to use these pills and you compress it. And guess what, Brandon?
What?
This may be true. This may be false. If Brandon get raped by a person who has HIV, he could go to the hospital the next day, take a whole bunch of pills, and you may not catch it. Because
that's a good point. Yeah.
The pills are so good they could compress it.
Right.
But remember, this is capitalist. All these pills could make it undetectable. You can't spread it, but you still got it to keep you on that damn food.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right. But how do you, and just to stay on topic a little bit, how do you feel about the commercials that they have, when they talk about some of the HIV medication? Who's in the commercials usually?
Commercials makes me feel a certain type of way, because if I make a commercial like that, I'll be called hateful.
Right.
But every time I turn on a Caucasian-owned television station called BET, it's always a flamboyant male, black male, or a Hispanic male talking about HIV. They usually have crazy hair and eyelid washes, very long eyelashes for some reason. Very low eyelashes, and they talking about HIV. But yeah, there's something wrong with it, man. Get tested, man. I love y'all guys so much. The gay guys, the bisexual guys, the pansexuals, all y'all. I love y'all so much. Protect yourself.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think people can't understand that about me, Brady.
No, and like I say, I like what we do, because if I feel like people don't understand what you're trying to say, or they may try to take it a different way, I'll try to step in and kind of redirect it a different way. But I think with this, it was straightforward. It was good. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't hateful. And like I say, you remember that one time we had somebody from the LGBT community comment, and we kind of had a discussion, and he kind of saw what we were talking about. Because sometimes you can be you just be easily offended, and you think you start jumping to conclusions and just think we're being hateful when we're really not. We were trying to break stuff down and trying to educate ourselves and our audience. So it's not about hate. It's about science. It's about numbers. That's what we try to do here. And we want people to be healthy.
And that is correct. Anything I say on this channel, Brandon, the audience, can always challenge me if it's live right on the spot.
Right.
And last time we got challenged on the spot, I think I pulled up the information right there in real time.
Right.
I think, was it Mr. Taylor?
No, it was somebody. No, it was somebody else. I can't remember, because he had a picture and everything. But like, that's okay. Like, when we talk, it's really not from a hate. It's not from at all a hateful point of view, or it's just numbers. It's what we see, what we've experienced, and our opinion, not based on, because we don't do you hate anybody? We don't hate anybody. We don't hate any groups. We care about our group, and we want to do better as men. We care about you guys. So that's all we're trying to do when we chop it up like this and talk about different things. That's all we're doing.
Now, I do wonder if God is, let me change this out. If God is real, will God see all these wonderful people, how they treat all these other people, think that's good?
That's a good point.
Maybe,
yeah.
No, maybe or will what?
Maybe we'll understand that more later on. Like,
what do you mean understand that more?
Well, you're saying that, like, maybe one group is doing another group different, or one group is on the top, and we're, like I said, we're struggling. We're trying to get our community together, but it's not just on God. Like, it's on us too. A lot of our issues are it stems from slavery, but now, do we have the opportunity to do better and smarten up and help each other? We've got platforms. We can speak. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about. We can inform each other however we want to. We can empower each other if we want to. But if we don't want to, if we want to just be entertainment based and just focus on all these other things, of course we're not going to get anywhere. I saw before we got on here, I think Fat Joe sat down with Kamala Harris to talk about, the presidential election.
Open up the borders. Of course, you're gonna talk to Fat Joe.
Right, exactly. But do you think that's who we need to talk to? Talking to the vice president, Fat Joe? No, we need somebody delegated for that. Do they want to talk to Dr. Claude Anderson, or somebody that he thinks they should talk to, he should appoint somebody to talk to. No, they want to talk to an entertainer because they think, especially one who's, you know, Latin descent or, you know, just following with their agenda that
he
they
ain't
got
Latin
going on
descent.
now.
He's European descent. Let's talk about it. Fat Joe. Fat Joe is a white man.
He done crossed over. What's it?
No, don't cross over. He's Puerto Rican, right?
Okay.
Is he Puerto
You
Rican
don't
or
think
Cuban?
one of the two, but you're
Nevertheless,
saying
white
he's
man.
dumped that. He's dumped that.
Puerto Rican, Cuban. They are made up of 3 different people: Black, Spaniards, and natives. Which one do he look like, Brandon? Fat Joe.
Well, right now, I'm not going to say that.
No, I named 3 of them.
Okay.
This is real facts.
Go ahead.
Black,
no,
Spaniards,
yes,
or natives. Who do Fat Joe look like?
Spaniards.
All right. So he pays in the system on the class system they had. That they went on color code. So somehow the whitest you look is the top.
You're right.
And the blackest you look is
you're at the bottom.
You're at the bottom.
I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, for the most part.
With the Spaniards, the bottom may not necessarily mean you had 0 rights. You were just at the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, this British or the England class system, black, white, that ain't no in between. Ain't no more upper mobility or nothing.
But are we ever going to get away from that? Like
0.
A lighter person, huh?
0. Because Fat Joe would play like he black some days, then play like he's white some days, and play like he's Puerto Rican some days.
They helped create hip hop, so they did that. He can assimilate and be a Caucasian man, kinda, if he wants. He can do it all.
Fat Joe people was wearing shirts the same colors as Can. He ain't creating the hip hop and wearing shirts the same color as this. Ain't grown up with them.
It was break dancing. They gave us
pineapples, Brandon. When did black people start eating pineapples, Brandon? Huh?
Eating pineapples
and plantains.
No, we wasn't
in America.
Oh, we wasn't doing that.
So all that stuff is fake.
Yeah, it's fake. But why? Well, how can they do that? How I'm not trying to stay on this too long because we're about to wrap it up. But it's just funny how other people can rewrite history, but they don't even want to give us credit for stuff we did. They want to take the credit.
Brian, we did a whole show. They got 300 views on the lies that the Hispanic community says about America. Yeah,
with John Leguizamo.
Yeah, with John Leguizamo, and he up here lying. Like I said,
what was he saying? I can't remember what was he saying.
He was saying he's Puerto Rican, but he really from Colombia, and his parents are from Spain.
But you can do that. But they can just make up whatever they want to. Because the way they look, they just blend in. If you just change your hairstyle a little bit, you can be whatever you want to be. That's just what it is.
If Fat Joe is closer to an albino black person than he is a regular black person, and he don't even look. Do he look albino?
No.
So he ain't black. So what the hell he is? Huh?
Spanish. He's not white, but like I said, when you're light skinned, you just for some reason when people see you, you can pass for different things.
The man ain't Spanish.
Put a suit on.
The man is European, Brandon.
Okay, but it's all the same. It's all the same. If you're light, but if he was darker, would he be able to do that?
No,
he can't do it.
Man, I'm telling you, why with the Puerto Rico, y'all go to Puerto Rico and open your eyes. You'll see a few people that look like Brandon over there. And you say, hey, what's up, B? And what kind of language they gonna talk?
I don't know. Tell me.
They gonna speak pure Spanish. And those people they don't say as Puerto Ricans, but they Puerto Rican too. Saw a guy blacker than midnight while I was walking down the street in Puerto Rico.
But that's the thing, like, Do you think he feels like he has the same value as somebody who's lighter over there, or do you think the people who are lighter can come over into this country easier, or just have a different life? Like the way the shade you are, it sets you up in your class system, and they know it. You know, it's the same in Indian culture. If you're lighter over there, if you're darker over there, people look at you a certain type of way. It shouldn't be that way, but that's how we operate for some reason.
The black man, just like the black woman, we gotta cut this off pretty soon, Brennan.
Yeah,
it's the sex symbol of the whole world. Everybody want to be with a black man. But here's the thing about black women. Everybody want to look like a black woman. Don't want to be with a black woman, but they want to look like one. That's kind of sad, but yeah. But everybody want to be with a black man. At least have sex with them, could fantasize.
Right.
And then they find out this man pull out a 4-inch penis, and you thought you had something. Nah, we regular people. You know, we regular. Everybody ain't super long.
Yeah.
You know,
they fetishize it. You know,
yeah.
and it's
Everybody
weird,
ain't swagged out. Man, pull out the damn nut, stick out bigger than his dick. And everybody ain't like that. And that's reality, but they fantasize it.
Yeah.
So, but Brandon, why people want to be with a black man, but they can't be with a black woman? Why?
I don't know. You tell me why. Because I just think I think they don't value a black woman like they value a black man. I think
they take all her style, all her looks.
Yeah.
They put the needles in the in the lip.
But actually being a black woman or being with a black woman, I don't think people think that's a value. Other cultures, I'm saying, but they want their woman to have some of the features or have some of the characteristics or the not the attitude, but just the way she carries herself.
Did you see the video I sent you about those women dancing in Africa?
Yeah.
How did you?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
You wasn't sure what?
I wasn't sure what the message, because I think you said.
Now, Brandon, you see why black women make all the women jealous?
And why is that? But go ahead, break down what you say. Like, that was impactful. That's cultural. That's not sexy red, right? This had purpose, and you felt it, right? That's how I felt when I watched it.
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it as zero sex. I still never looked at it zero sexual way. I saw black women working together, doing the dance. They over there in Africa, for somehow they got the same rhythm and the same beat as we got over here as African Americans.
Right. And what's gonna happen is some wonderful person who's on TikTok, he's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna get 50 million views and get all the money and all the fame off of things that we created, things that we can do, you know, just copying our style. And that's what happens nowadays.
You know, I seen this style of dancing, like the slapping. This happened all the time in all black colleges across.
That's what I was going to say. It reminds me of stepping. Yeah.
All across black colleges. And then
but go ahead. I'll let you finish.
And then you have the Kanye West beat in the background, but there ain't no beat. They harmonizing.
Yeah. Singing.
The same
it sounds like music.
Yeah, the same harmonizing we did over here back in the. We don't do it no more, but back in the day.
Right. But so let me ask you this, because you may know I was going to say about stepping. Like, what can we do outside of that? Like, because you're in a fraternity, you step. Does it just end there? Like, it just seems like that's an art form. It seems like it's a thing, kind of like this is, or is it that's just something you do in a fraternity? No, it doesn't really.
when you use it with your joint fraternity, those relationships you form during those college years, they could be with you the rest of your life.
You're right. Correct.
So, for example, if I was a Q, or Brandon was a Q, if I had a job opening and Brandon said I need the job, Brandon automatically got the job. Nepotism.
Right.
So it's a network like that.
Right. Do you think we need more of those kind of things? Like, we have YouTube, we have communities on there, but we gotta start building something that's like a fraternity, that we're really looking out for each other. It's not a gang. Like, it's a lot of gangs out here, but they're doing more negative than positive. So we need to create more gangs. Like, it's okay to have a gang, but you can't be doing harm to your community. Like, fraternities help each other out. They're brothers. You know, I'm not saying it's perfect, but the way it's structured and set up, there's dues you pay. You look out for your brothers. You know, like, if you get pulled over and it's a queue and the officer's a queue, you're probably gonna get off without a ticket.
I want to go way before 9 o'clock. Brandon, okay. we building this here. Like Mr. Taylor on here. If Mr. Taylor said, Lewis, I need $25. I never met Mr. Taylor. Right. Not a bit in my life. You think you think I'm giving $25?
For sure, yeah. I would too. Just because he sees what we're doing, he's on here, he's commenting. Like, that's just that's kind of the same thing. So,
and there you go. So we trying to build a community. I see Mr. Taylor come over here. We has opportunity. Right. Always potters, always put input. I don't know the guy, but I'll value Mr. Taylor to give him $25 and he don't have to pay me back. Now, if he said $1,000, I ain't no damn dummy.
Right.
You know, I ain't no damn dummy. But $25, I give it to him. No problem. And that's what we're trying to build here.
Right.
What did you show your daughter this?
I was going to, but like I said, been busy. She been playing, doing her thing. I got to make sure she about to wind down and get ready for school tomorrow. But she loves dance, and I know she's into stuff like this. So
she'll probably say, how they do? Hold on. Why can't you can't? You got to go to a special place and learn dancing like this.
Right. You can't just see it one time and mimic it the way they kick their leg up. So,
well, you have a group. Like the black colleges, they do this a couple of times a year with just dancing, what you're seeing right now. Maybe not with the kicking, but what I like about it, Brandon, is so respectful. Like, I don't even. When you see, you know, women having their body exposed a little bit, but if it's in like a different way, I don't even look at it like that.
Yeah.
And that's how you're supposed to look.
Because you see the art in it. You see the true art in it.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to look. Man, well, all right, Brandon, I don't got nothing else. You want to close it out?
Yeah, we'll close it out. Thank you guys for watching. This has been another great episode of Men of the Metaverse. Make sure you check out some of our other videos. We got a lot of great videos, a lot of great topics. Louis, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Guys, make sure y'all take it easy. Make sure to subscribe, listen to our stuff. Hit the links down below. You got our book on here. Hit the links down below. Get our corner book. Costs you less than $10. You can get it in 2 days from Amazon. And I guarantee you'll love it, man.
Right. Y'all be easy. Have a good one.